Aloha, I'm Dr. Sasha Lessin, and I'd like to tell you about the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki were 8 to 12 feet tall, humans like us, who came from the planet Nibiru in rockets. They landed in the Persian Gulf, and they came here to get gold, so they could float it up into their atmosphere, and it would shield the atmosphere as their planet traveled through space. At first, they got the gold, which they found in the south of Africa, with volunteers who worked many, many years underground, and they weren't heroes that they expected to be, and they weren't appreciated. They were really suffering. Enki, the chief scientist of the Anunnaki, was in charge of them, and he said, "Listen, boys, I'll get you out of here, but wait, we'll get Enlil, the commander, down here, and you surround him and sort of threaten him, and I'll step in at the last minute with a solution which will get you out of the mines. How is that?" So they did that, and the solution he came up with is, look, I can make from our genome slaves that'll do all the work. Just give me the okay. And so eventually he did get that okay, and he and his sister Nima and son Ningishita created Adam, Adamu, and the descendants of Adam, the Adamus, were very successful. They would get the gold from the south of Africa, send it up to Iraq. It was rocketed to Mars, and from Mars to Nibiru. The workers were fine as long as they were working and supervised and fed. But when climate conditions worsened, because Nibiru at one point came through too close, as it sometimes does, then they started foraging. The commander said, "Listen, Enki, you better make smarter slaves who aren't going to go off and forage. Nibiru periodically comes through, and we've got to have slaves that'll really continue to work for us." This was fine with Enki. He had just the greatest way, he thought, of up-leveling the slaves. He found two of the prettiest of them, and he made a baby with each. One of the babies was the girl named Titi, and one of the babies was a boy. The boy's name, look at the girls, aren't they pretty? I don't know if they look like this. This is just two girls I put there. Anyway, Adapa and Titi were the kids. The boy was Adapa. They gave a lot of love and care to these kids, and they were very, very smart kids. And the first babies they had were twins, Cain and Abel. They made lots of babies, but their first were these special twins. And the lineages of the Anunnaki adopted different twins. The farmers were under the control of Cain, and Cain was being run by Enlil's lineage. Abel was being run as a herdsman by the lineage of Enki, and they did a first fruits offering, and Enki paid lots of attention to Abel's and ignored Cain's, and then this really miffed Cain to begin with. But as at one point when things dried up, Abel put his goats and sheep on top of the furrows that Cain had made, and they fought. And he didn't mean to, perhaps, but in any case, Cain killed Abel. He was very remorseful after he killed his brother. And nevertheless, the Anunnaki Council were not going to just let him go. They were going to kill him, but then Enki revealed that, yes, look, these are my descendants. Don't kill them. We need them. And so they had their geneticist, Ningishita, fix Cain genetically so his face and the face of his male descendants wouldn't have hair anymore. Here's a depiction of Ningishita. He's later known as Thoth, and or Quetzalcoatl, and Kuklan. But in any case, off Abel as killer, Cain and all of Cain's descendants and followers were sent east of Eden, and then later to South America. You see more about these interesting Anunnaki, get our book, Gods No More. It's available at your friendly Amazon. Thanks so much for listening.